Yes people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm AdamMcKola and I am coming to you straight from the Bahamas. Yes, I'm over here in the Bahamas with PokerStars for the PokerStars Players Championship, and I have made day 2. But while I'm waiting to get started in day 2 of that poker tournament, of the biggest poker tournament of my life, there's 5 million up top for the winner. Did you hear that? Yes, Sabitzer could be on the verge of joining Manchester United on deadline day, and that is according to various reports, and we'll be getting stuck into those reports in this video. And I want you lot to get your thoughts in the comments below on whether you want Sabitzer. Now this obviously comes on the back of that news that Christian Eriksen is probably going to miss the rest of the season. He could come in for the last couple of games in May, but pretty much Christian Eriksen's going to miss the rest of the season, and that's down to that injury sustained in the game against Reading from Andy Carroll. What the fuck was Andy Carroll still on the pitch after that challenge? It was a dreadful challenge. He did eventually get sent off for 2 yellows, but oh my god, a horrible challenge from Andy Carroll. Now Christian Eriksen's out for almost the rest of the season. We're probably going to get to a League Cup final. He's going to miss that. And yet nothing was done really to the player, and he wasn't punished at the time of the incident. Absolute disgrace. Before we get stuck into all of those reports, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, you're liking, you're commenting, you're sharing, etc, etc. Now as I said, plenty of reports around this news at the moment. Fabrizio Romano, Christian Folk, Sky, they're all on it. It's obviously deadline day, so they're going to try and make the most out of anything anyway, but this is what we're hearing at this moment in time. Christian Folk says Sabitzer is on the verge of joining Manchester United. The midfielder did not train with the team today. That's what they're saying. He did not train with Bayern Munich today as a precursor to his move to Manchester United. Then Fabrizio Romano, who's been chipping in as well. As I said, Man United have approached Bayern Munich for Sabitzer. Chelsea are focused on different players now. Chelsea were interested in him. Man United discussing potential terms with Bayern for Sabitzer after news on Christian Eriksen injury. Sabitzer wants to leave, and Manchester United are now pushing in talks with Bayern. Discussions on the formula of the deal are ongoing. Chelsea are currently busy with other deals and not with Sabitzer as things stand. Now for me, it'd be a shrewd signing, considering we can't make any actual signings. We can only bring in players on loan. We've seen that with the likes of Weghorst, and now we're going to possibly see that again. And that's where Erik Ten Hag's at the moment. That's why I don't think, you know, people can really look to criticise the manager, because he's having to work with these owners who aren't really backing him. They're looking to sell the club. They're going to leave soon. He's having to rely on a shoestring budget in January when everyone elsewhere is spending money left, right and centre, making huge bids for players, and we're shopping on the middle of a little, you know what I mean, looking for a bargain, looking for something different. And Sabitzer, I think, look, he's not a player that I'm going to start throwing a party about and getting the party poppers out and get all excited about it. In fact, I don't do that about signings anymore. But he could be a good player for Manchester United. It's a shrewd signing. He's on a free to the end of the season, on loan. All right, maybe you make that permanent if it works out well. He's a good footballer, intelligent, knows how to play the position, and experienced for Bayern Munich. So for me, we could do a whole lot worse in terms of bringing in a player on such short notice to play in that position, who's experienced and all that. But it's kind of the same with the Weghorst deal. These are all things that are not ideal. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to be in this situation, but we are. And the reason we are is because of the Glazers. Now usually I'd go on a 5-minute rant about how the Glazers are joining the club, but we know they're looking to sell the club at this moment in time. So I think this is just something we've got to deal with for the short term. You know, one more transfer window of Glazeronomics. Get rid of these lot. And then hopefully we can look forward to a future without them holding us back and holding the manager back. But it looks like we're moving quickly. Erik Ten Hag clearly needs someone. McTominay isn't good enough for Manchester United. I think Fred's showing how useful he can be off the bench, but I prefer him in that position. He's good as backup. Yes, we've got Kobbie Mainoo and Zidane Iqbal, you know, on the verge of coming into the first team. Kobbie's made a few starts in recent weeks, but we're hearing Zidane Iqbal could possibly go out on loan as well. So, you know, these are players that need first team minutes, and if we have to rely upon them in crucial games at crucial moments, it's going to be difficult for them, and you're putting a lot of pressure on these kids. But yeah, we need a signing. It looks like we could be getting Sabitzer to Manchester United on a loan move till the end of the season. And like I said, given the circumstances, given the situation, given the Glazeronomics, I would be happy with that. But yeah, it's not an ideal situation for Erik ten Hag to be working with this, is he? You look at Graham Potter and, you know, Todd Bowley and Chelsea are spending money like it's going out of fashion. You look at Arsenal making big bids for the likes of Moises Caicedo and stuff. I know they might not get them, but the intent is there. You look at City, you know, they'll be in the market always looking for players and looking to improve their squad, despite the fact they've lost João Cancelo. You look around the Premier League and there's teams looking to do business, serious business. And we need to back this manager because, in my opinion, we've got one of the best managers in Europe. In my opinion, we've got the best manager for the job. And in my opinion, just like he said at the start, eras are there to be ended. And he is someone that can come in and bring in a new era of success for United, but he needs to be backed. Now, this isn't the sufficient backing that we would like to see, but in January, and with the Glazers selling, all right, let's see what can happen, do you know what I mean? And hopefully Marcel Sabitzer can come in and do bits for Manchester United. But let us know your thoughts in the comments below as well. And as I said, I'm out here, yeah, in Bahamas, and it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I can't believe it. I'm such a lucky guy, to be honest with you, and thank you to everyone that watches my content, engages with me, whether it's on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, because without the audience that I have, I wouldn't be invited to things like this, as sad as that is. So yeah, thank you very much to you guys, man, for making all this possible. As I said, Christian Folk tweeted not long ago, true, FC Bayern and Manchester United are in talks about a transfer of Marcel Sabitzer. He's featured 24 times for them in this season, which is interesting as well. Obviously, he's played a lot of football. He's getting minutes. He's played a fair amount of time for Bayern Munich, but still looking to leave. And it looks like this one could happen. We also hear Jadon Sancho and Anthony Martial will be back in training and back in the match squad for that game against Nottingham Forest, which should be good, you know what I mean, if we can get them out there and get them performing. I can't wait to see Jadon Sancho back. Can't wait to see Anthony Martial back. Hopefully he can stay fit, because when he's fit, he's a very key player for us. And you look at the start of the season when we were looking at Diogo Dalot and Sancho down the right, you know, that front three of Rashford, Martial, Sancho. We've hardly got to see that together this season. That's another thing that Erik ten Hag's had to deal with. Injuries and issues with players not being available and stuff like that. And still, here we are in the top four. League Cup final on the horizon. FA Cup 5th round on the horizon with West Ham at home to come. It's good times to be a United fan. And fingers crossed these Glazers hurry up and sell so we can get doing business like a proper club. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. All in all, I don't think Marcel Sabitzer is a bad signing, given the circumstances. I'll see you in a bit.